Happy Monday. Come on in. Hi, Brian. Positive Mood Studio. Diana Wambu. I think Lillian. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope your Monday is off to a great start. Haven't done a Monday memo in a while, and I want to get back into it. And I actually had something just stirring on my heart, so I want to do that real quick before my next meeting. So come on in. Hi, picturesque me. Can you help me press that thing so the kettle doesn't keep turning? Just one time. Yeah. So it's not flashing.
Okay. Here, turn it off.
No.
Turn it back on. Okay.
But not flashing, because when it's flashing, it's boiling.
It's not flashing.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Mm-hmm. All right, so real quick, here's my Monday memo for you. Here's your word for the week. Start where you are. Okay? Start where you are. And dang it, I wish I actually had this book on me. So I said, let Prof pray for that hand. If y'all remember, this is actually from December, snowboarding, and I just had not taken it seriously, and it was just still sore, so I'm finally taking it seriously, and I had it like massaged and stuff, so it's getting better. The brace is helping. So since December, you know, sometimes you just neglect yourself. That's not good. So yeah, it's getting better. But yeah, so what was I saying? Start where you are. And so this is your word for this week. Hold on to that, especially in relation to whatever it is that you are trying to build, trying to develop, even the journey that you're trying to achieve for your life, the vision, the big picture that you have. Start where you are. And there's a book that we're reading in book club this coming month in March. So we start that on Saturday, and it's Atomic Habits. I don't know if anybody has heard of that book or read that book. It's been out for about 2 years now, because I remember gifting it to somebody actually, but I never actually read it myself. I gifted it right when it came out. I think it was one of the best sellers at the time. And so I just wanted to gift this book. And the topic or the subject matter was very interesting for that time. And so I personally haven't read it. And so I always just made a note that I want to read that book. So Diamond Destiny says you've read it. Please do tell me what you think about it. But I mean, from what I've read about it, even back then, I was like, this is a book I want to read, and I just never got into it. So now that we have the book club space, I included that into the readings for the year. So that's our book for March. And so just, I think in that frame of mind, start where you are. I think a lot of times, and I'm talking to myself, y'all. There's so many things that I have desired to do, and sometimes the Lord will literally tell you, Benny, this is the time, go do it. And especially with my design stuff, which I'm going to share something actually at the end of this, and kind of coming back into it. But it's like a lot of times we want things to be perfect before we step out, and this is nothing new. I'm not saying something that you have not heard before. I'm not saying something that you have not listened to before. But that's just the reality, that a lot of times these principles are ancient and tried and true, and they work. Start where you are. You don't have to wait for things to be perfect. You don't have to wait for everything to be right, how aesthetically beautiful. You don't have to just like, you don't have to wait for perfection for you to start what God has told you. And a lot of times we delay ourselves because we're waiting for perfection. And in that space of waiting for perfection, you have no idea. Not only are you delaying your own growth, because there is a growth that will never happen without you actually walking it out. There's a growth that will never happen in you actually practicing doing things where you are. You know, how do we get better? By doing. But a lot of times we think, I want to wait until I'm better for me to do it. You see how we cheat ourselves. You're never going to get better without actually doing it. You're never going to improve without actually exercising it. And yet there's this deception in our mind that says, oh, let me not start until I'm better. So actually, when will you ever start? Because if you go with that mindset, then you're actually never going to start, because you will not grow, you will not improve, you will not get better without actually putting your foot to the gas, putting your foot to the pedal, and actually walking it out. Anything in life. Cooking. I don't know why cooking is the first thing that came to mind. How do you get better at cooking? By cooking. How do you get better at leading? By leading. How do you get better at teaching? By teaching. How do you get better at parenting? By parenting. You literally get better at the thing you want to get better at by doing it. You can't get better without doing it. So you're sitting here and saying, hey, I want to start my YouTube channel. Hey, I want to start this business. Hey, I want to start designing. Hey, I want to start writing. Hey, I want to start creating. I want to sing. I want to play. I want to act. You're not going to get better without actually doing it. It's not going to happen. So my word for you all this week, for myself, start where you are. Start where you are. Start where you are. Everything that you need to start is available to you now if you will just be willing to start where you are. And unfortunately, comparison is the biggest thief when it comes to this thing that we're sharing, because we look at other people and their inspiration for us, right? It's like, man, I want to get to that point. I want to grow, like I want to be able to reflect God in that way. But then you don't realize you're cheating yourself, because as much as you're looking at them, now you begin to look down on you because you're not there yet. So now their greatness that was supposed to inspire you has now become a discouragement because you're comparing yourself to them. No, start where you are. They would have never gotten there if they didn't also start somewhere. They would have never become what you're looking up to and aspiring to had they not started when they had absolutely nothing. So stop minimizing where you are and think that it's not enough for what it is that God is inspiring you to do, what God is birthing inside of you, what God is stirring up in your heart, the visions and the dreams He's giving you. Please just start. And like I'm telling you, like this is me, like all of last year. Honestly, like I was like, man, I want to, like, let me get back into my designing. But I was like, nah, things have to be this way. Things have to be that way. Like I want to. And now it's finally like, Bénie, just start. And I was like, wait a minute, why did I delay so long? And in the process of that delay, the mercy of God really shows you, like, there are certain things that you could have been able to achieve and attain by that time had you just been willing to be obedient. And God's mercy to us is that He allows us to recover time. And so even when God says, hey, I will restore to you the years, He's restoring to you time, because opportunities that we miss simply by not stepping out when God told us to really delay a lot of other things on the back end of that. So I really just want to challenge y'all, man. Like, here's our word for the week. Start where you are. Start where you are. You have everything you need to be able to start. You literally have everything you need to be able to start. And so when I look at my friends around me and people that are just walking in obedience in the instruction that God has given them, I'm inspired, encouraged, because it's like, yes, I'm proud of you. Let's go. Like, you're starting, and I can't wait to see where this goes, because everything starts in seed form. And so what we do is like we're despising the seed in our hand, whereas that seed is the big mustard tree. That seed is the big oak tree. That seed is the big baobab, but the seed is tiny. So if you're not able to see the greatness in the seed, then guess what? You're just going to toss that seed away and be like, this is nothing. I can't do anything with it. Meanwhile, God is looking at that seed and telling you, I just needed you to start with the seed, because this is actually what is going to become that big mighty thing that you're aspiring to. Start where you are. Just start where you are. And that is just ringing in my heart. It is ringing in my spirit. So even as you see me put stuff out there, as you see me be willing to be on my YouTube on Thursdays, be willing to do book club, be willing to put my designs out there, that's all I'm doing. I'm starting where I am. Every prophecy that God has spoken over my life, every promise that God has made to me, everything that He's saying He's going to do in my life, this is personal for myself. I am willing to start where I am, to see Him manifest His faithfulness and He manifest His word that He has shown me, the dreams that He has placed in my heart. I'm starting. So when you see me do those things, please understand that I'm starting where I am, and I am challenging you to also do the same. Start where you are. It doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to look great. All the things won't be all perfect. But if you're just willing to say, this is me, this is all I have. Like, even when I sit on my set on Thursdays, like how I even just got inspired to start. I remember one of my friends at the church was telling me, Bénie, like, just go. Like, what God has given you as a message to speak to God's people, you just need to go and put it out there. You don't have to wait to have the 3 camera angles. So imagine me, right? I have an older brother who has been doing this for years and didn't start where he is right now. So imagine now I come and look at where he is right now, and I compare myself to that and say, man, I have to start at that level, because I can't. I'm not at his level. I can do it the way he is, so let me just not do anything at all. I'll be cheating myself, because he started somewhere and got better and better and better and is still growing. So how much more for me, where that is inspiration to say, Bénie, as you grow, you can get to this point. Be consistent, be obedient, just be diligent in what God has given you. And he will build you up because he can trust you with the little or show that you are faithful with the little. And therefore he knows he can give you more, because when he gave you little, you didn't despise it. When he gave you little, you worked with it. When he gave you little, you valued the little. You said, man, this is so great. This little that appears little to people, you saw the greatness in the little. And you treated it with so much honor, so much regard, so much respect. You took care of it. You value that little. So when God looks at it, it's like, man, okay, I can give you more because you value that. So please, 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 please start where you are. Start where you are. I don't know what God has asked you to do, what God has given you to do, every greatness that you see around you, just use that as fuel. Use that as inspiration. Don't use that as a cap to tell yourself, oh, I'm not worthy to do this because it doesn't look like what I am seeing. I'm not worthy to start this. Oh, because I've seen that other person that is on such a higher level. I don't want to do it because mine is not going to look like theirs. I'm not going to do it because mine is not going to be presented the way theirs is. I'm not going to do it because mine is not going to have everything so put together. And no, The devil is a liar. Don't minimize what God has put inside of you. Don't minimize the vision that God has given you. Don't minimize it. That's why he says, despise not the day of small beginnings. Everything God does starts small. Start where you are. Please just start. A body in motion stays in motion. We build momentum as we keep moving. And so the more we stay idle, the more we just stay dormant, the fuel we're thinking is going to come is actually not going to be generated in stillness. It is generated in motion. The more you move, the more the stirring happens. The more you move, the more the vision is unfolded. The more you move, the more the next steps are unveiled to you. The more you move, you keep going. And yet we think, but without moving, oh, let me just wait and God. God's like, you're not going nowhere. What am I even going to show you? I just showed you the next step and you can't go there. And you're trying to have me show you 10 steps from there, but you're not even willing to take the one step that I showed you. And you're thinking you want to see all this. No, it doesn't work that way. Anybody here who is even listening to me, when I even think of the stuff that I'm doing, even with book club, like, as I started, as I kept going, as I kept building, as I kept figuring it out, it's coming together. It's coming together. It's coming together as we keep going. So just start where you are. Just start where you are. Just start where you are. Stop comparing yourself to people. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm telling you, I'm talking to myself. A lot of the stalls in my life that I can recognize was because it didn't look a certain way that I thought it should when I looked at how somebody else is doing. No, absolutely not, Bénie. Keep the blinders on. Walk in your lane. So everything you guys be seeing me post, I say focus. Don't compare yourself. I'm talking to myself. Because everything is so visible. It's so easy to get distracted. And I have to make that promise to me. Make that promise to the call of God in my life. Make that promise to the assignment of God for my life. Make that promise to the purpose of God in my life. That I am not going to shortchange that because I'm going to be busy looking at what somebody else knows. I will honor what God placed in Bénie by valuing it. I will honor what God placed in Bénie by taking care of it. I will honor what God placed in Bénie by stewarding it properly. So whatever that vision is that he's given me, I want to be faithful to him in regards to whatever he asks me to do. So please, 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 start where you are. What did God ask you to do? What is the vision he's put in you? I keep saying we're still at the beginning of the year. Technically, we're still in the first quarter. So whatever things you were seeing, don't lose steam, y'all. Don't lose sight of it. Don't deceive yourself to think, it doesn't matter. Like, it can wait. No, there's a reason why God is telling you to release that thing now. There's a reason why God is telling you to take that step now. There's a reason why God is telling you to begin that thing now. Just start. You will get better as you go. Just start. You will understand more as you go. Just start. Even your destiny helpers that are waiting and positioned to assist you, they can't even show up because you're not showing up in the place that God is telling you to. That right there is a word for somebody. Lord, give me destiny helpers. Lord, give me destiny. Send me help. The people that are there ready to help you, they don't even know to step in because you're not doing the thing that God has equipped them to help you with. But when you show up, those people are then activated to come and say, oh, you're doing this, I can assist you in this. Oh, you're doing this, I can help you. When I tell you the help that has come to me just in obeying God to do YouTube, just in obeying God to do book club, just in obeying God to show up, I am blown away half the time. And I'm looking at, I know how to help, like, and because I know how my heart is to help people. I know how I have seen others walk in the purpose of God and been willing to help. And now it's blowing my mind to see that turn to me. Like, all the time, like, I sit half the time, I'm like, wow, like, this is really how this thing works. This is really how this happens, that God will send help for what he has given you to do. He will literally send help for what he has assigned you to do. When you're willing to show up, the people that have the vision, that have the tools, that have the resource will just come and be like, oh, I can help you do this part. Oh, I can help you cover that. But when you're sitting in your corner and you're just like, man, I know God told me and I'm just not going to start because it doesn't look, they don't know that their help is available for you there. They don't know that what they carry can assist you in what you have. So you have to start. You have to take that step. You have to show up. And I promise you, when you appear on the scene in that place that God has told you, the people that God has assigned to help you, please, I promise you, you will remember me and you'll come back and be like, yo, they came. You won't even have to find them. They will come to you because you are walking in what God has told you to do. So the people that need to assist in that he himself has charged to assist you in, he is literally going to pull them to you. He is literally going to connect them to you. He is literally going to draw them to you because they carry a piece of what you need to execute the vision that he gave you. So I just want to encourage us with that, and I'm going to end right here. Monday memo. A short word for you, but I pray that this really just stirs you. Start where you are. When that discouragement comes, please go find this video and watch it again and remind yourself, no, I have everything I need. When you start comparing yourself with people and start minimizing the vision in your spirit and minimizing the vision God gave you, please listen to this again and remind yourself, no, I have everything I need. I can start right here. If all I have is my phone, I'll start it with my phone. If all I have is my room, I'll start it in my bedroom. If all I have is I can just do it outside in my car, I'll just do it outside in my car. Just start where you are. Start where you are. And your faithfulness in that place, God is literally going to build you, increase you, equip you, teach you, right? Unveil to you more and better ways for you to do it so that you can begin to see the manifestation of the promises he made to you. So God bless you. I love you guys, and I'm excited for this week. I pray it is a week of victory. It is a week of new things. It is a week of us really being faithful to that which God has given us to do, to the glory of his name. Okay. Diamond Destiny says this message goes so well with the principles of atomic habits. I'm telling you, like, I can't wait to get into it because even just reading through some of the quotes about that book, I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's get it. Musings is the book club that I steward. It was really just a passion project because I love to read so much. And a lot of times whenever I do questions like on IG and stuff, some of the things people would ask me, I'll be like, well, I learned this from this book. I learned that from that book. I was like, you know what? Let's read together because I really just love to read. I have so many books. Like, my whole bed is surrounded by books, like books that I want to read, books I haven't gotten to yet, books I've read. So that's really how it started. And then here we are, and we're going strong, still growing. So if you love to read, man, woman, old, young, join us. The link is in my bio. And you can be a part of Musings or Musings Plus. And the only difference is that Musings Plus, you actually will get the box of the month with the book and the gift inside. So it's just an extra treat. Otherwise, you can just join Musings and then bring your own book. And then we have discussions every week, every Saturday. And then the last Saturday of the month, we do in person and online. So for those that are local or those who travel in sometimes, literally they'll come and we'll do Social Saturday in the community. So it's super, super special. I just love it. Like, we're learning through books, all books, and not just Christian books. So I just love to read. And that's also part of my goal, is to challenge people to think. Like, you can't be afraid of reading something that has an opposing view. Can you actually hear the opposing view so that you can know how to respond? You can know how to even just have a different outlook in the world around you, because there are people who have that outlook. So if you're informed, you can be more useful even in the spaces that God positions you, in the places that God calls you, and even in the conversations that you have to have with people who have opposing views. Like, we don't all agree on everything, and that's just the reality. So really just being a place of challenging thought. So I always say, read, think, grow. Okay, read, think, and grow. Books are amazing. So yeah, join Musings Book Club. if you're a lover of reading, or if just a lover of community and you just want to learn and grow alongside other people, that's literally all we're doing in there. And then designing is coming, so I'm gonna post something that I worked on, and I'm excited. Can I join online? Absolutely. It's really all virtual except the last Saturday of the month for those that are local. So wherever you are across cities, like we have different cities, different time zones right now, different countries, so it's all virtual, so you can join online. If you go to link in my bio, just go to BénieElias.com, you'll see book club and all the information is on there. So all right, y'all, I'm gonna exit now. I have a meeting. So God bless y'all. Please remember that this week and throughout the rest of this year, and for whatever dreams that God is going to give you, start where you are and build from where you are, and see how much you even appreciate the process because you didn't wait and you were willing to start with the little you had. All right, so God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all next Monday, and of course this week for whatever else we post. Peace out.